have the power to make people happy, then do it, because the world needs more of that. And Frank Nelson is doing exactly that, doing what you can in our community to make a person smile. Pay It Back is something that you decided to do after you experienced a really rough path in your life.
Right.
So Frank, can you share your story with us?
Sure. First of all, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to talk to you, Jennifer. In 2010, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. I went through the protocol of, chemo, radiation, and 2 surgeries. It was 5 or 22 months, and then in October of 13, cancer returned. It had metastasized, and so the doctor said, you're terminally ill, and we'll keep you on chemo, and hopefully that'll keep you at bay. So in January of 14, so I left business and retired, and in January of 14, I watched a lot of talk shows. Just said, what am I going to do? I was in business for over 30 years, really busy. And
not ready to retire.
Not ready to retire at all, sudden stop. So got my family together and said, look, I want to create a bucket list, but my bucket list isn't focused on climbing mountains or swimming with sharks.
Not personal conquest. You don't
No, it just wasn't for me. So my focus really was on, what can I do in terms of bucket list of helping others? So I got my family together, and we decided that we would give $1,000 to a stranger. My other daughter, Cindy, suggested we put it on Facebook to get some submissions, and so after the first 2 weeks, we had over 500 group members, 38 submissions, and we made our selection, gave $1,000 to a single mom struggling out in British Columbia. And then after that, it became kind of magical. A lot of my corporate friends and family came up and said, we heard what you did, we want you to do it again, here's $1,000, here's another $1,000. So we started doing that, and I then set a couple of goals. The first goal, and this was in March of 2014, was...
First, check off your bucket list. You got some money to a well-deserving family.
Yeah. So after that, we decided, we made a complete bucket list, and my one big goal was to reach 50 families of $1,000. We're currently at 31. And the corporate membership continues to grow. The funds continue to come in. We have a couple of fundraisers ourselves that we've initiated.
Who are some of your corporate sponsors? We gotta give a shout out to them because they're helping you achieve your bucket list.
The St. Louis Bar and Grill locally has been a tremendous supporter of ours. Recently, there's one new one coming on, Coffee Culture, is joining us in the next month or so. A big shout out to Indigo Books. Heather Reisman, the founder and CEO, someone who I worked with a number of years ago, was extremely generous in helping us out with helping a lot of other families. So there are a few anonymous ones as well that said, we like what you're doing, we can see where the money's going, we can see the actual impact of the family, but we'd like to stay anonymous, and so I get funding that way as well.
How great is that?
So, yeah, so it's wonderful. So that's what we're doing.
How are we doing on Facebook? Because the power of social media is absolutely incredible. The amazing things that Facebook does, we use it as a time waster a lot of the times, but then there's someone like you who's actually putting it to good use.
Yeah, it's extremely beneficial. We're just about 90 members shy of 10,000.
Wow, so make sure you get out there and like the page.
Yes, if they can join our Paying It Back group, that would be wonderful. We have over 4,000 members in the Barrie area alone, and a number of the families that we've been able to give a helping hand to are in the Barrie area.
So besides giving $1,000 to 31 families, which is incredible, you're doing other things as well.
Yeah, we found some situations where seniors need wheelchairs, so we've surprised a couple of families with wheelchairs. We do spontaneous grocery shopping sprees. If we find out that somebody's just having a rough time making ends meet financially, then we'll go and join them and they'll do their shopping spree. There's been a number of other initiatives that we've done. We did 3 Teacher of the Year awards. I really, the impact of a teacher on me early in my career was significant, and they're just wonderful in what they do. So we've done that, and there's a few other items that I want to get to. A Nurse of the Year award. Obviously, with the amount of treatments I've had over the last several years, I've got to meet a lot of wonderful people in the medical community, the doctors, the nurses. The nurses have just been unbelievable, the outstanding personal care that they've given me. So there's a few other things other than the 50 families that we're looking at trying to accomplish.
If there's someone watching at home that thinks that they might have something of use or time, is it something they can come to you with?
Yeah, we get a lot of submissions. In the vast majority of the ones where we help families come from our Facebook group, Friends. What we've noticed on the Facebook group as well is they actually are starting to help each other, which I find so gratifying. So I know one particular instance where a gentleman needed access for his wheelchair out of his house, and somebody whose husband owned a construction company said, we're going to come over and we're going to build you one. So, you know, again, the amount of joy and satisfaction I get is just more than anybody else. It's just over the top. It's, you know, I sort of equate it to a kid just before Christmas when I'm going to surprise a family, because quite often they have no idea that I'm showing up.
I could imagine, because that's one of my favorite things, is to surprise someone with a gift or a gesture, and they're just blown away by the generosity and the fact that that you could do, like, take some time out of your day and do this for someone, and it can be the tiniest thing, but people are so appreciative.
Yeah, there's one mother we met that we helped out a bit, and she said something I never forgot. She said, you know, the money's great and it really helped out us through the next month and everything, but she said, you know, given this medical situation with her child, she said, given a stranger can show up that I don't even know with some money to help out, tells me anything's possible, and so there's hope that you know, anything can happen, and a lot of these families that we visit are in extremely difficult situations, and so, you know, a lot of them are hanging on the hope aspect of everything, and so if that makes their day a little brighter for 5 minutes or even an hour, that makes me really happy, just to take them out of that, even for a short period of time, so that they
It's incredible what hope and faith and belief can do for people. It's, you know, it's the bright light at the end of the dark tunnel. So we've got a huge, I didn't even ask you about your Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, because I knew why I was wearing one. But why'd you show up in a jersey?
Well, I'm a diehard Leaf fan, and my ultimate all-time favorite hockey player is Wendell Clark. Wendell Clark, to me, was the epitome of leadership and tremendous hockey skills. And also, we're having a fundraiser on Sunday, October 25th here in Barrie, and Wendell Clark's graciously agreed to come and join us at the meet and greet. So if anybody's interested in coming to that.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, it's
so you
wonderful.
get to hang out with your idol.
Yeah, it's just wonderful.
And he's coming to do it for your great cause.
He's coming to help us out. So again, it's Sunday, October 25th here in Barrie. If anybody wants information, they can get in contact with me. And all 100% of the net proceeds are going to what I'm doing on my bucket list, which is to continue to help families.
Absolutely amazing. I love it. I love that you're achieving your bucket list, and the fact that it's so selfless.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, people could want to cage dive with sharks or climb Mount Kilimanjaro, but yours is to help members in the community, and you were so close to be able to doing it. He just needs 90 more members on the Facebook group to check off another one, and we've only got 19 more families that you need to help out too. Frank, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. We love it, and best of luck to you on completing that bucket list. And stay with us, lots more coming up on Daytime.